is my first The Void figure from Sank Toys, and it is the Spectrum series with the ocean colorway, essentially blue. And yeah, I never had one of these resin figures before. I've had some other resins that I've shown on the channel, and blue is my jam, and the emotion behind this one was enough to make me just have to grab it. As with a lot of my Sank Toys figures, I picked this up from Strangecat Toys. And this one was limited to 500 pieces, and I believe they all sold out. And for Sank figures, 500 pieces is actually a pretty large run. It's a good run for any kind of resin in the first place. So let's go ahead and crack it open and see what it looks like. You can see the bottom has some tape on the packaging inside. And within the box is the card. It's even in a little protective sleeve. So instead of signing the figure, the artist creates these cards for a lot of the resin figures. And you can see I have $2.97 out of $4.99 right there, and the signature right at the bottom of it. I've commented before about how I think this is a beautiful add-on, and that holds true all the time. And it's nice to have that blue color on the card as well to go with it. A little collector card sleeve. So you can see the foam block inside the box with the tape all the way around it. Looks like this is gonna be the top piece, so I'm gonna, is it tape or a sleeve? Yeah, it's actual tape, so we'll go ahead and cut that. And with the top off, you can see the different components of the figure here. It's gonna kind of need to be put together. So we have a stand, the feather, and that little C spike that's gonna go through the body. I'm gonna go ahead and get the base out first. So from some of the pictures they showed, there was this sand ocean feeling vibe plate that the character was laying on, and it has a little foam padding on the bottom, so this can be displayed in a glass case, hard surface, and the figure will rest on his side right on top of this little platform. It does have a little weight to it. I'm not going to say it's heavy like a metal or anything like that, but definitely nice. And we can grab that feather. You can see the beautiful gold on that, slightly reflective, not too over the top. But that plug usually goes in the helmet of the Sank figure. And then to go through the back, it looks like you have this shell type spike. And lastly, we have the Sank figure itself, the beautifully detailed resin, which again, I'm always so afraid I'm gonna smudge up and make a mess out of. The diehard collectors would be like, why aren't you wearing gloves? And that's just not my jam. But anyway, there is some folding on the clothing as well, where he's creased over. And the beautiful work on the hands, the front of the helmet, the legs curling over, the shapes of the legs. You can just feel this boy is just struggling and filled with emotion. Let's go ahead and add the feather and the spike. So that plug is right there on the side of the helmet. And it's kind of keyed because there's a straight notch on one side of the plug to ensure that it goes in the proper direction. And right there you have that feather in the helmet. So lastly, let's go ahead and add that little spike right through the back. You can see that hole right there. Give it a little spin. It only kind of goes one way. And it does go all the way through the figure. You can see the spike kind of passing through and coming out right towards his arm, right inside there. Beautiful piece, full of wonderful emotion. Yeah, I love it. For my first The Void figure, having that blue, and it kind of fades too, so it's a nice bright blue right here, and then it fades throughout the body, just kind of going even further into it. Beautiful figure. Let's go ahead and give Sank the Void Spectrum Series Ocean a spin. Thanks for watching.